Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, and I am making me some of the chocolate coconut coffee. I did get a new mic, so hopefully this will sound much better and you guys will be able to hear me better. So let me get started on what I'm making for breakfast. For breakfast, I am making cinnamon rolls. I'm going to do some eggs, toast, and those fried tomatoes. Oh my gosh, y'all. Those fried tomatoes for breakfast are fantastic. Okay, so what I've got started in this is I just put some filtered water in probably about a half of a can of condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. Typically you would want to use like heavy cream or something like that, but I didn't have any heavy cream, but I do have an abundance of sweetened condensed milk, so that is what I'm going to use. So I just watered it down a little bit. I did about equal parts of the water versus the condensed milk, and I don't have the grains. Let me take my ring off because I don't want to get any dough in my ring. I don't have the grains, so what I do is I double up on the cinnamon rolls. But before I do anything else, I am going to spray my little baking dish. I do want to give a little shout out to my son's friends. He's way more popular than I am, and but his lovely, beautiful friends watch my videos, which amazes me. They're lovely children, Nick and Kristen and Morgan and Maddie and Emmeline, and they're all just really lovely, lovely, lovely little children. And Mommy loves you. I'm just going to let them know that. But I told them last night I was going to give them a shout out because for whatever reason, they watch my stuff. It could be to make fun of me. I'm not sure, but I'll take it, whatever it is. All right, so what I do is I just take two of them and I just take one and wrap it around the other, and that makes pretty decently sized cinnamon rolls. Because I don't have any grains. Typically I would prefer to use the grains, but you use what you have. And I'm on a mission to use up everything that I've kind of got stockpiled up. I'm using in my prepper pantry. I'm using up what I have there, and I will restock it as I go, because you don't want to buy stuff and just let it sit, guys. Just hoping for the apocalypse. Use what you've got and just, rotate it out. So yeah, this made 4, and these are going to blow up pretty big, just like that. Okay, so now I am going to take a half of a stick of butter and put it in a mason jar, just like that. Now, when I use my mason jars, guys, I use this in the microwave because it doesn't splatter. That's why I heat it up in a mason jar. Checking to see. Okay, yeah. All right, I've got my melted butter. To that, I'm going to put quite a bit of brown sugar, probably about 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I also, guys, like to store my brown sugar in mason jars. It keeps it soft. Mason jars are legitimately life for me right now. All right, right, and I'm going to put a couple of different spices in here. Let me find my cinnamon. You know what? I think I'm going to, instead of cinnamon, I'm going to go with apple pie spice. So, I don't remember where I got this apple pie spice, but guys, it is delicious, delicious, delicious. I'm trying to open up. Oh, that'll work. Just gonna pour maybe 2 teaspoons of that in here, maybe 3. You know, let's go big or go home. How about that? All right, now mix this right on up, just like this. All right, I'm gonna let that sit and let that sugar get real nice and melted up. Now, I'm not going to use this whole jar of the sweetened condensed milk mixture, but I'm just going to take it and pour it in the empty blank spaces, whatever you want to call it, open spaces. Wide open spaces. Just enough to coat the bottom of it. I'm going to make a mess in the process. Let me see if I can get you down to where you can see that. Just like that. And I am going to take the brown sugar, butter, and apple pie spice mixture and just kind of spread it over the top, just like that. I really hope this mic works. I'm probably going to take a break here in just a second when I pop this in the oven and do a replay to see if this mic works better, because I do want you guys to hear me. It's just sometimes my voice cooperates and sometimes it does not. All right, so we're just gonna get all of that goodness in here. And I'm going to cover it with some oil, and we're just going to put it in the oven. I'm going to check it at about the 30-minute mark. I have my oven preheated to 385. So the verdict is in on the chocolate coconut coffee. I mixed it with some of the Almond Joy Delight creamer, which I know is not good for you. None of these creamers are good. None of these cooking sprays are good for you. But I broke my little sprayer that I got from Temu. I dropped it and it broke. So I need to get a new one. The best thing to use, guys, is really the natural oil. Olive oil is actually one of the better oils. Vegetable oil, stuff like that is chemically processed also, so you just have to be careful. And then I put some little, I'm sorry, I got off on my little soapbox. I put some of my little coconut Durrani, which is probably not good for you either. And I topped it with my little spray, my little whip topping. And guys, it is fantastic. So glad I bought that chocolate coconut. I got this from Aldi. They're on sale for like $4.16. I'm gonna go back. I might go there before I go to work. That's probably what I'll do. Or on my way home. I'm not sure. And see if they have any more of these, because this was a summer item. So they were starting to kind of mark them down and clearance them out. But guys, this is delicious. I got the cherry one also, and the cherry one is really, really good too. So while the cinnamon rolls are cooking, I did test out the mic and go back and listen. And it kind of just sounds like it's a voiceover more than anything. I think it'll still be better than, what I was doing. But So now I'm going to get in, and I've got my little American Woman's Cookbook. And I told you guys that I was going to start doing some recipes in here. And I'm looking for the sandwich section because they had a lot of interesting little sandwiches that I was like, ooh, that sounds disgusting. I'm going to try it. So there was one in here particular that had like a peanut butter. Give me just a second. Give me a second. Okay, I found it. It is on page 137 for anybody that has the American Woman's Cookbook. Peanut butter and pickle. There's several things. There's like peanut butter and onion sandwiches. I'm going to try them. They sound super disgusting. So why not? Why would I not want to try these, okay? Now, I'm not going to do like a full sandwich because it's kind of sketchy to me. So I'm just going to half the recipe. But it is, the full recipe is a half a cup of peanut butter, a half a cup of chopped pickle, and a quarter cup of cream or hot water. I do not have cream, so I'm going to have to use the hot water. All right, so I'm just going to do a quarter of a cup of peanut butter. Get this stirred up because this is natural peanut butter and it does have oils in it. All right, let me get a different utensil. All right, I bet you this is going to be close to a quarter of a cup already. Maybe just a little bit more. I don't want to make too much of this because it just doesn't sound like it's going to taste good, and I don't like to waste food, y'all. All right, so that's about a quarter of a cup right there. Okay, now I need a quarter of a cup of chopped pickle. Okay, y'all, so I'm really scared about this. It doesn't really say if I need chopped pickle or sweet pickle. So guys, I'm just going to go out on a limb and do relish. Let me get it in my bowl here. Alright, and I'm going to squeeze about equal parts of the relish. Oh gosh, I feel real bad about this. This is not going to be good. Okay, next I need an 1/8 of a cup of hot water, which y'all seen me boil my water this morning, so I'm just going to do an 1/8 of a cup of that. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous, y'all. Okay. Alright, and then you're supposed to just stir that up. It looks super disgusting. But you know, it could actually be really good. Now, there's another part to this recipe that is kind of turns my stomach a little bit. Is you're supposed to put it on buttered bread. So I'm going to find out really quickly, y'all, if this is supposed to be sweet pickle or dill. I just feel like it should have been sweet pickle. But I will let you guys know. And I'm actually going to put this on a little bit of bread right now and give it a little taste test. It makes it pretty creamy though. It smells just exactly like I would think peanut butter and pickles would smell. So, okay, next you are supposed to take a piece of bread and put some butter on it. This is what's throwing me off too, guys. Oh God. Oh Lord, be with me. Okay, and you butter the bread. Now I'm only going to butter half of it because I'm just going to fold it into half of a sandwich. And because I want to at least give you guys a a read on how disgusting it truly is. All right, guys, here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about this. So incredibly nervous about this. Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. You just spread it out. Okay, guys. Oh, Lord bless this food. Don't let it make me sick. Okay, guys, here we go. All right, guys, I'm going to get started on my tomatoes. For my eggs, I've really got to kind of kick it in gear today because I've got to get to work. And I haven't even finished putting my makeup on or anything. All right. Shaving up some of my everyday seasoning, guys. I'm telling you, go to Trader Joe's and get that stuff. I've got my pan started to heat up. Put some butter in here, maybe about 2 tablespoons. Butter. Y'all, I can't even begin to tell y'all. And this recipe is actually, I believe it's from the 50s. You know, I've had like sliced tomato on like a biscuit, like a country ham biscuit. I've had sliced tomato with biscuits and gravy. But I've never done like put the seasonings on it and cooked them. And I was watching, I've just been real intrigued and interested in the old school recipes. I've even been watching, YouTube has these old videos on how they would like, how to be a proper housewife, how to know when it's okay to go on a first date, like from the 40s and 50s. And I've just been watching those and really enjoying them, guys. It's been interesting just to see the level of innocence that we no longer have anymore. We don't have that level of innocence, and I so wish that we did, but we don't. I mean, that point in time wasn't perfect. You know, we did have a lot of the active racism and things like that, just some real disgusting things. But there were also parts of that were beautiful. So yeah, that's, you know, I've been doing a little bit of that. Just, I would encourage you guys just to go back and watch those things. Now, if you're like one of the feminists, don't do it because it'll make you mad. But I'm not so much one of those. I used to be, but not so much anymore. Back in college, if I would have watched that, I would have been real hot. But I have a different outlook on many, many things, and a different outlook on what my role as a wife, mother is. And so those things don't really get me as much as they would have back in the day. Because to be quite honest, I would love nothing more than to be able to stay home and just take care of my family. What a blessing that would be. But I have things to pay for. So, things before my husband. Now, if I didn't have these things that I accrued before him, you know, he would totally be, yeah, stay home, do what you got to do. I got everything. But I came with bills, and those are my responsibility to pay, and I will pay them. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and kind of whisk up a couple of eggs. I'm really not happy that I have to use white eggs. I used to, it's weird how I've changed. I used to kind of flip back and forth, like I used to not be able to eat brown eggs because they were foreign to me. I can remember Mom bringing home some fresh eggs that somebody had given her, and I legit wouldn't eat them. I straight up would not eat them because they were brown. It was just foreign to me. And now I don't want to eat them if they're not brown. I'm such a weirdo, y'all. Such a weirdo. Okay, I'm going to just whisk those up. And since I should have really only done one egg. What am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking that I'm not going to get lunch today, so I'm going to make a big breakfast. So I was probably thinking ahead of time. I'm sorry I keep going to the refrigerator, y'all. I just wasn't prepared for this video. I'm just going to put a little dob of milk in here, just a little. Make them eggs light and fluffy. My husband does not like fluffy eggs. He likes real well done eggs cooked in butter, and I like my light and fluffy. So when I'm not making breakfast for him like this, I cook it the way I want to cook it. And I think he's actually going to be going to his mom's for breakfast. She just invited him, so, and I like to encourage him to go anytime that he's invited because our parents aren't going to be with us forever. And I'm hoping that I can go see my mama this weekend. I try not to bother her too much. She just had knee surgery, and she's a lot like me. Doesn't want a whole lot of company when you're not feeling well. And if you can't keep your house up, you certainly don't want company, and it's hard to do that with surgery. I've offered to come and help her, but she's such a strong woman. She's like, nope, I got it. So, I mean, her house is probably spotless, but I try to be very respectful in knowing that, you know, you don't always have to be over there when people aren't feeling well. So, all right, my tomatoes are done. I'm going to wash this pan out and cook my eggs. All right, got my pan washed up. Now I'm going to get, I've used so much utensils this morning, y'all. My goodness, my goodness. All right, get a little bit of butter on my eggs. I can't believe I made this many eggs, but that's okay. I can most definitely feed them to my chickens. They love scrambled eggs, which is so weird to me, but they do. So they were fighting over them the other night. They've got pretty comfortable with me. Used to, if I had food, they'd come up to me, and that would be the only time. But now I can just take my little chair out there, and they'll jump right up on me and roost on me. All right, so go. I have a slew of dishes to do, but it's okay. It's a-okay. I'll get these scrambled up. I am going to take out these cinnamon rolls. Well, that fogged my glasses right on up. Just take them off. Let's do a check on them. Oh, they're perfect. Look at that, guys. Perfect. Okay, so all I need to do now is cut the little icing packet, and we're just going to swirl it around. Normally I would bake this a little bit more uncovered, but these are actually perfect. So, and I'm just going to try, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to try just a piece of one, because I'm curious as to what that apple pie spice did. I feel like it's going to be delicious though. But yeah, these did really, really, really great. All right, I'm going to tip this over and let you guys see what that looks like. beautiful. It's perfect, y'all. Okay, I'm just going to cover it right on back up and set that to the side. All right, guys, and I'm going to eat my breakfast. Let me taste this just for a second, because I want to be able to at least let you guys know what it tastes like. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of that. All right, guys. Ooh, it's hot to trot. Hot to trot. Let me let this rest for a second. All right, guys, I think it's ready. It's still pretty hot. Y'all. That is so good. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I burnt myself. All right, guys, I'm gonna get my breakfast eaten. I love you guys so very much. To my son's friends, Mommy loves you, and if you come visit Mommy, I will cook for you. But guys, Jesus loves y'all so much more than I could ever love you. I will see you guys later. Bye.